Okay, so enemies closing in all around. Will I need to press the F9 key, and will my opponent accept it? He doesn't have to. So have a look at the replay. Looks like my sniper was destroyed. The struggle is real. Okay, let's see that scroll. Oh, it didn't scroll. Okay, so where's my sniper kill? I'm pretty sure they hit where he was positioned. I don't see cavalry LMG destroyed. Okay. Okay. Well, doesn't say he got hit. No, not seeing it. Not seeing it. Oh, okay, might have been something else then. Oh, I know what it was. Okay. Let's have a look at the. So it was a different part of the map. Looked very similar. Let's look around here. Yeah, it's the area I'm thinking of is here. It was actually my own mortars hitting here. Yeah, and he's moved. So, sniper managed to avoid being detected. That's well. I'm gonna assume he wasn't seen. And he didn't react to it, but that doesn't mean anything. Mortar fire could arrive next turn, I guess. So, don't know. Let's just look around before I get to the first inspection. This one took another hit. It looks like. I'm gonna have to look at the replay again. Fortunately, it actually wasn't that much action. So, and they're still hitting it that way. That's weird. They're hitting that way. I'm probably looking for the A0 unit. I mean, you can tell where the mortars are. It's pretty obvious, so I don't know why you wouldn't just head there first. Okay, so let's look at the formation leaders first. See if any of them need to be rallied. Don't know if it makes any difference, but I think it avoids taking unnecessary rally points. This is more important to have the formation leaders, the platoon leaders be, well, not necessarily platoon, but formation leaders to be rallied. Because if they're not rallied, then they can't rally anybody else if necessary. So, whoops, and I fucked up. Yeah. But anyway, it's a new idea we're gonna try. Well, it's not a new idea. It's not my idea at all. That's something I found in the very fine field manual written by Major Mess. To be honest, there's tons and tons of information written by the experienced players, and it was even more in the old Depot forums. Very hard to find though, and very hard to put it together, which makes it more difficult for beginners to actually get somewhere. But there really is enough information if you can assemble it all into one, and if you can put it all together in your head and use it effectively in a game. This guy managed to survive. That is amazing. Um, no idea how he managed to do that. Well, I do have a lot of luck in this game. I'll say that right up front. I mean, that is just dumb luck that he managed to escape there. And these guys are probably not in the best position because I think they fight a lot during the opportunity, uh, during opportunity fire. So I think we can expect mortars here now. Don't know where to move to though. That's the problem. That is the problem. So far, none of the nation leaders need to be rallied. He actually didn't take that mortar fire that landed in that hex did not affect him. Is he buttoned? No, but he's been slowed down a lot, which may get in the way of what I was going to do this turn. Okay. So good. Okay, so formation leaders are fine. I'm going to zoom out now so that I can get a look around while I'm checking all of the troops if they need to be rallied and what they can see. And 5 enemies seen all around us. All around us. Here. Yeah, can't figure out why he's headed that way. I guess he assumes that my Azerian is back here. Looking for my artillery. That's not hard to find. It's right here. Maybe just heading down the road. I don't know. I have no idea. They're out for a Sunday horseback ride, maybe. I mean, why not? They have the battle in the bag. The battle in the bag. Alliteration. Yes. I'm a poet, and I didn't know it. Well, I'm not a poet, and I know that. So, yeah, I mean, this unit can see a lot around, but surprisingly, actually, you can only see 5 units. So we've lost sight of a lot of enemies on this side. Yeah, so now they're moving around here, it looks like. Let's move on. Down here. Nothing new. No suppression. Checking to see if anything appears that wasn't there before. That can happen. If the unit that's approaching is moving cautiously 1x at a time, then you may not see it until you actually look around. So, and he has no suppression. Now, I have a hard time believing there aren't any units close by. No suppression. This way. And no suppression there either. No suppression. Around. Okay. Next here. Anyway, I'm doing this really zoomed out because it's just easier than zooming in and out all the time. And I come to realize, I mean, you really need to be looking far away to see what your line of sight actually is. So which requires you to zoom in and out. And if you forget to do that, then you miss a lot of information possibly. So just trying to cover this a little better. Like I said, I mean, I suck, so I think I need to work on the basics first. Now you can see one, so we can be seen from there. It's not good. I think I'm gonna put smoke up on this side. What's next? We can be seen from there. How fast is he moving? He's moving only 4, 2 hexes. Well, that's quite quick. So that's the reason we're seeing him. He moved 2 hexes. Um, yeah, my mortar didn't hit him at all. Looks like. Uh, okay, so. And we can see both of them from there. I can look around. Fired at us for some reason. Probably because there's a tank there. Can't see anybody that way. Okay, so so far no suppression on him, and he can't see any enemies. Let's look around. Shouldn't his line of sight's pretty restricted because he's behind a tree or trees. Okay. I think mortars hit here. I think. In any event, we gotta move. Enemy seen, not close by. That's for sure. Where? Where is this enemy? Damn, it's so difficult to see them when they. It's one of those things where they decided to make the units you can see. Actually, it probably wasn't that bad when it's being played in 800 by 600. But I'm playing it in a scaled up window, so that's probably not helping. But still, how the hell? There's an enemy around here somewhere. Doesn't have line of sight. How the hell? Okay, let's zoom in. What the? How the hell can he see anybody? Scroll this way. Over here? What the? I swear. Fucking hell. What the? Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah. uh, mm, yeah, more and more I can see why people prefer playing with low line of sight, low visibility settings. Um, like 25 is actually very high for most people. In most scenarios, the settings are in the 10 to 20 range. Um, so this and this because this is the reason. The more you can see, the more you can see stuff that isn't relevant. Now this guy is moving 13 miles miles an hour. Well, whatever that means. It's probably the 6 hexes, I think. Um, I mean, he's moving at maximum speed. His ability to spot things that far away is like pretty much nil. So it's not an issue. Didn't need to know that. Not sure where this unit went. It said we killed one, so it might have been that one. Okay, next one. One enemy seen. Probably the same thing. Yeah. Now the thing of it is, I can't be sure that has not seen me, right? Because the thing of it is, every time at the beginning of your turn, your speed is 0. So if you look around at the beginning of your turn, you will see that. You will be aware of that. So I can't make a blanket statement of saying, well, because he's moving that speed, he can't have seen me. Because at the beginning of your turn, your speed is 0, so that's your ideal time to look around. Um, so let's look around closer, maybe, because you never know. There might actually be something close by. I doubt it. And nope. Okay, so scene and smoke cleared rather quickly, unfortunately. That's not good. Okay, so mortars around in case it reveals something. Okay, so enemy seen over here. Anything else we might notice if we look around? Nope. Nope, nothing there. Two. We've seen one there. And the tank. Trying to figure out if that unit's been spotted. He is small unit. He hasn't moved in a long time. He hasn't been hit with mortar fire since he's been in that. He's been in that position for several turns, and he hasn't been hit yet. So I think he's not been spotted, but doesn't really help me any. Let's see. Okay. Scouts. One enemy seen over there. He's back in line of sight. Yeah, that smoke cleared really fast. Yeah, unfortunately, the smoke you put up for the smoke that you carry, the smoke canisters that you can actually manually deploy, don't put up a lot of smoke. However, the smoke that is deployed when the unit pulls back, which comes from somewhere. It's not actually doesn't come out of your supply of smoke. So the unit never runs out of pulling back smoke. And that smoke is really thick. It's like it completely blocks line of sight for several turns. Whereas like the smoke that you deploy disappears very quickly. And actually, there's a wind blowing, but it's not shown. The game actually models wind um, internally, but you don't. It doesn't tell you what it is. It doesn't tell you what the direction is. You can actually figure out what the direction is because the smoke will move. Yeah, and I guess you can figure out what speed is as well, because based on how fast it moves and how fast the smoke dissipates and so on. But it's not something really worthwhile figuring it out. But no, but it does model wind because the smoke does move around and will move out of position of where you deployed it. So I'm amazed that his suppression has come back so quickly. Not sure how that helps me, but okay. So the MGs, my heavy MGs, I think killed a cavalry unit here. So, but that in process gave their position away quite a lot. Quite accurately, so I think there's a big problem coming. They're gonna have to move. I don't know where they're gonna move though, because it's. I mean, if he deploys all of his mortars around that, then it's kind of like nowhere to go really. But yeah, that's the price you pay. That's the problem with machine guns. If they fire a lot, they easy to tell where they are. But it's pretty much true for any weapon, but machine guns are especially bad. Okay, so. Yeah, you can see 6. Most of them are behind us. Maybe not most of them. There's 3 of them, and 3, 4. Yeah, so yeah, most of them. It is correct. Most of them are behind us. And actually, it revealed another one when I looked in that direction, because there's now 7. It'll probably disappear again in next turn because it's far enough away that we're not gonna maintain line of sight on it. In that training scenario, an example of that where I have line of sight on the 88mm gun in it on one turn, and in the next turn it's gone. I still know where it is, but it's not visible anymore just because it's just a little bit too far away just to be seen clearly, sort of. I'm guessing that's what the theory behind that is. You can see that, which is really kind of weird. Okay, no suppression. Useless trucks. Next battle, I'm definitely trying no trucks and see how far that gets me. If it turns out I need them, then I'll know I really have to spend the points, or figure out how to avoid needing them. So. These guys are probably gonna need to move. Unfortunately, combat friction has slowed them down, so they can't really go very far. And they can't move very fast. Well, they can't. I'd like to move them across the road, but that's looking a bit tricky now. And not to mention they're in line of sight of a bunch of units, so. Not to mention he's probably got retargeted as with his heavy machine gun. He did that last turn, so it's gonna be tough to move them somewhere. Yeah, well, at least he's not suppressed at the moment, so that helps a lot. But still, this one a bit more freedom of movement. Um, hmm. Uh, well, I mean, it's hard. It's hard to know what to do because my opponent just has so much more experience than I do. I have to keep mentioning that because yeah, I suck, but I think even if I was somewhat good, I'd still struggle a bit. Well, maybe a lot. Um, and I don't even know if he's playing at his maximum. I mean, he doesn't need to, right? I mean, if he's not. I mean, if we assume he's not playing at his maximum, because simply because I'm a very easy opponent, I'm very predictable. I think so. I can only see one. Really wish I hadn't lost that position, but I don't know what I can do about it. It's gonna be kind of tricky to move back. Still got a lot of cavalry units around. Um, I don't know how the heck I got away with this. Or maybe I didn't. Maybe cavalry unit is hidden close by. Because they moved within one X. They moved within two X's, right? Now they were moving fast at the end of their movement. So at the beginning of the movement, let's say they were 6 X's away, they might not have had a clear line of sight of them. So that's by the time they got within 2 X's, they were moving too fast to notice them. But that seems the most likely reason why they weren't spotted. However, they could be cavalry unit hidden close by that I can't see because there's plenty of blind spots here. There's plenty of blind spots that could happen. Okay. Uh, Tanks, which I was a big mistake. I should not have taken them at all. Um, I I will not be doing that in the next battle for sure. The most I will have is maybe some Mark Ones like I had in the very first battle. Um, just as mobile machine guns, nothing else. They're not there to fight the other tanks. If there's enough, I mean, he can have a lot of tanks because I mean, 10% limit is 100 points, and for some nations that's a lot of tanks. Some nations have very cheap tanks, so um, my infantry will struggle, but at least there's a good reason for that. I mean, like it's easier to see the difference, right? Well, he had more tanks and I had none, so you know the infantry will struggle against them because I need to get really close. Um, Not suppressed, but his combat friction has halved his movement now. So I'm looking at moving them back. It's gonna be tough with these guys in sight, and they can be seen from most places now. So they, yeah. Okay, the neighbors are getting insistent that we move out. Apparently, they don't like us or something. So they're getting very nosy here. There's private space here. Come on, you know, it's none of your business. The same problem here, but at least he doesn't have. Um, he doesn't have combat friction. Not suffering from combat friction, so which is kind of a gamey thing. To be honest, I'm not really sure why they put that in. I'm sure they had good reason. I mean, a lot of the people who were advising the early developers were veterans, combat veterans, so they kind of, I think a lot of the things that were put in were suggested by those guys. Um, so, but again, whether it works well or not is a different matter. I don't know. Um, I mean, at the time, the game was well liked by a lot of a lot of people, a lot of wargamers, I should say, and well, they must have done something right, I guess. Okay, good year, and we're done with that. So, taking longer than usual, longer than I should, as usual. Um, that's normal. Okay, so now let's keep ourselves zoomed out. So this situation here is they are moving there. They can see me now. The question is what to do about it. Hmm. Okay, so this tank cannot. What was this one? This one probably, yeah, he cannot fire or do anything like that. I'm trying to think. Well, I'd like to start moving them back, but that's going to be tricky now. How much is this smoke blocking? Quite a lot. We not actually can't really see that much. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. So that smoke's blocking quite well. Um. Hmm. It's gonna be hard to move these tanks privately, shall we say. Um. Now I can deploy smoke. I think. Let's see if everybody's in contact. I didn't check that. Yeah, he's in contact. Well, he's always in contact. Um, yeah, he needs to be in contact with the A0 unit. But because he's visual contact, so he never has a problem calling in artillery. Um, but of course, the mortars have to be in contact with the A0 unit in order for the or that chain to be completed. Because he's not talking directly to the artillery, unfortunately. Um, that's the artillery have to be in contact with the A0 unit. And that's one of the things. If you lose the A0 unit, you also lose the ability to call in artillery fire. Um, it it's a very important unit. Now, yeah, I've deployed it quite far forward here. So, but he's not expecting that. He's actually moved. I think he's looking for it over here, um, further back. But he's not gonna. Won't take him long to realize it's not there. Well, how many turns we have left? We have uh, 4 turns after this one. Um, Cavalry are not that fast, but I mean they're fast enough, but they're not that fast. They're not going to cover. They can't. They don't cover huge distances, and they're not like motorized vehicles. Um, so I can call in artillery. Who still has smoke? I think these guys are out of. These mortars are out of contact. Fucking hell. Um. Okay, so that's the only one that's there. Uh, I may cancel it. I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay. So where can he get? I need to bring up the movement chart because otherwise I'm not gonna be able to figure out. Bring up the fine field manual. Oops. Yeah. For some reason I thought I was playing a different game. Let's see, movement rates. Tracked vehicles. Rocks, tree, blah blah. Wow. Tree. Where the hell? Trees are +1 or plus something. Okay, for track they're +2. Okay, so that's gonna cost him. Yeah, this is mixed. Mixed. Yeah, so the thing is, if I move up this side, the other tank will see him easily. Because he can be seen from there. So I think we can guarantee that if I move my tank up here, they will see that. I can check with. I don't know what I can check with here. Yeah, I've overstayed this area by a lot of turns, I think. Big mistake. It's actually a very common mistake for me. It takes me a long time to figure out what to do. I mean, that's obvious, but sometimes it takes me more than one turn to figure out what to do. And I really should have moved out of here probably as soon as there was a lot of pressure here. Don't know why I didn't think of it. Maybe I'm just dumb. Okay, rough. Really hard to find movement rates. I mean, well, it's not intended that people are supposed to know these things. But the thing is, if you want to figure out how far you can get, then so this is not going to go very far. They can only move. It's going to cost them 9 points to move through there, and then the rough slope will be 9. Which is worse, the slope or the rough? In any event, he's not going to be able to get out of here very quickly. Three for the slope. Yeah, the rough counts more. Yeah, but I can't, if I put him on the slope, then he becomes visible, right? So he has to be able to move all the way into the trees. I don't think he can do it. There's no way out. I can't get out of here. I can't get out of here. I'm gonna have to put smoke down. Because I don't think this smoke is gonna be very helpful. No. I don't really care about the infantry seeing him. Well, I do, but there's not much I can do about it. tank. This infantry might. Petrol bombs. Well, that's probably a 1-hex weapon. Yeah, so I mean the reason I end up struggling is because I basically don't make the best choices before. You end up make the choices you make just become what you have to live with later on, and if you didn't make the best ones earlier on, then you struggle more and more and more afterwards. that's just how it is. Well, so I think he's gonna have to move here. Infantry really can't move, but he's not very strong, so I'm thinking he probably should try to back out. I don't know what their ranges are set to. And I don't know what's gonna fire at him when he moves up here, right? Okay, well, we'll find out. So that one. Can he see anybody? No. So he can move this way. Maybe we'll be able to spot him. I don't know. Yeah, so let's do that. He's moving at 4. Okay, so let's move first this way. It seems we have line of sight along here. Yeah. Okay, so that puts me in line of sight of that one as well. Not terrible. Not the worst thing. So I'm gonna put him here. Still only one enemy seen. Wow. I'm gonna have to zoom out so I can look around. And of course you have to re-click it. That's the other reason to stay zoomed out when you're looking around a lot. Is because you have to reselect the damn unit every single time. I marvel at the guys who have become really good at this game. They've got got it down to a fine art of probably having a set procedure of getting exactly what you need to be doing every single time. You can't actually see that much, but if they're not, well, the thing is, if they're moving very slowly like they are now, then chances of us seeing them are quite small. So the thing is, if they fire at them, that's going to slow them down. It's really limit my options as to where they can move. In fact, there's really not much point in moving except back. So it's now been spotted. The mortars will be very, very accurate. Yeah, the problem is if I don't move, then I mean he's seen me now for an entire turn, so he's plotted mortar fire on all of those X's, right? If I don't move, then they're gonna land exactly where he needs them to. But I mean he's pretty good at predicting where I'll move. So that's the problem. And if I move first, okay, so. Okay, he isn't being seen. Because line of sight of that is blocked. Unless the scouts managed to move up here, in which case we may not have noticed it. It's really hard to say. I mean, it's just a stupid place to have stayed, really, when it comes down to it. Okay, he can't actually see anybody from there. Okay, that's all the movement I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna put the tank over here. I'm gonna have to deploy smoke across here to get. Yeah, but the problem is it's not very accurate. That's the issue. Because as soon as I move up here, that tank will fire at him. Will take an opportunity fire, and since he'll have his one of the quirks of the game is that you can't reverse. One of the few things about that I've heard that sounds really like a good thing that Shrapnel Games did for Win Win SP well, they actually all the Win SP games. I mean, because they did more work converting it to Windows than or making it work better on Windows than Matrix did. Actually, was with Camo Workshop in the early days, not Shrapnel. Shrapnel is the guys who are selling it, working on it now and selling it. But yeah, the stuff that was derived from Steel Panthers 2, they added a feature that allows you to reverse, which I wish this game had. So when you retreat, you cannot retreat facing the enemy for a tank. So you're always going to turn your weak armor to the enemy. Very, very awkward. So anyway, I'm going to put the tank here. I'm going to move the tank first. Now, I can't use that hex because that's where the mortars are. Now, unfortunately, because he can see me, he can replot that very easily. And that's how it was so accurate. I think they actually... They said they had, well, the spotter had no line of sight, so he's not plotting it with these units, that's for sure. Um, So there's three hexes. There's two hexes of vulnerability here. Like I want to move the tanks back into the trees, but I've left it way too late to do that. So I'm gonna have to use some smoke to cover that somehow. Don't know how. Don't know how I'm gonna do that. Uh, I don't know. See, this is the thing. I don't know if that smoke's enough to hide. Apparently not from there. So he needs to move as well. Probably this way, I think. Now, I mean, what I suspect he'll do is he'll just replot them or to redirect them, redirect these artillery fire because he can shift it by one hex. Um, well, he can't shift it for the stuff that's arriving after my turn because obviously that's already plotted, but he can shift the ones that's arriving later. So yeah, okay. Well, gonna be plotting some smoke, but wish I had more. Because it seems that these guys are out of contact again. Having that quite a lot actually in this battle. I'm gonna have to make do with these two. Okay, so that's that. That's done in the pocket. Move on. Okay, so let's move him this way. Actually, let's look around from this side. I don't think that's gonna help, but nope, it does not help. But this one, nope, that does not help. So whoever whoever rode out along this side, I'm not sure, but that's the one that we spotting before. So let's find out. Nobody obvious, so I'm gonna leave him there. If he's moved up this side, I don't know. I don't have any line of sight into that area anymore. Let's see from here. Nope. Nope. I think I may move him there, so that might help. Actually, I think it's a good idea to move him now. Let's see, what is his line of sight that way? Actually, you can see already. If there's anybody there, they're standing still. So there's nobody obvious in that area. Okay. Yeah, that's what we can see on that side. I don't think these recon's gonna be able to tell me much. Well, let's put him in these trees anyway. Let's give him some cover. Unfortunately, we lost sight of that, but that's okay, I think, for now. Don't know what I'm gonna do with these guys. Kind of pulling them back at the moment for the time being, but they may be useful up on the other side. They're quite weak though. So, but I don't have much recon left here, so I can't really not use them. Pull them back. Maybe move them around that way. Okay, so I may have to look at the replay again because I'm not sure. Cavalry. Okay, Schützen Group firing at cavalry LMG. So we did destroy that. Cavalry that were pulling back was these ones down here. Now we can't see them anymore. They may have dispersed. Maybe. We hope. So that this one has been destroyed. So that's it. Actually says that. So that's an easy decision. We'll leave those guys for the second, and they are in contact, and they're in contact. So we can just call up short-range mortar fire if necessary. I really like to get these guys into the trees here. know if there's anybody around though. That's the thing. I'm having a really hard time believing there isn't anybody around here. So anyway, we're gonna put them up here because I can't really dawdle here forever. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to move to hexes. This is bad because I'm not really sure that there isn't anybody here. Now he's gonna be in the open, so I can't really move him very fast. He was there and there. Can't use that hex. Um, Actually, I'm gonna leave him there for the moment. I think. Because there's very. Well, I made a mistake again. I moved him 2 hexes when I mean, I intended to move him 2 hexes, but I should have moved him 1 so that he could cover that guy. But now he can't do anything for him. I think he can still see that way though a little bit. So that might help. Okay, he can still see that way. So we might move up here. I don't know because I don't have any way to support him if there's enemy units over here. Uh, what to do? What to do? Actually, I'm gonna pull him back this way, and then keep him with the formation leader. Yeah, so formation leader will move this way, I think, and then I'll bring him back this way to cover that side. That's what he'll do too. Um, can't really help from there. I know I'm gonna get a shot at you, and I don't know anything. Okay, this is weird and scary, actually. um, hmm. Okay, so he's moved a little bit too far away. Didn't see anybody obvious. I'm not gonna zoom out. Actually, I should, but just to get an idea of what his actual line of sight is. He was there, he was there. There's nobody there before. Okay. Okay, well, that cuts out his line of sight quite a lot, to be honest. I think I'm gonna move them back this way. But the mortar will stay there for the moment. Decide whether I'm gonna, and you might need them. I might need to fire with them, so. Okay, well. Yeah, because he's moving around on the slope now, his speed's quite high, so. But he only moved 2 hexes, so hopefully it still works out. Okay, now here's these guys. Um, okay. This is just a little bit too open, if you ask me. What am I being sucked into here? Well, my problem here is, of course, these units are very cramped together, because the actual cover available is quite narrow here. Now, can anybody see that? You can see that. There isn't anybody there. So, yeah, also there's nobody there. Oops. Oh yeah, this is the guy who can see and see enemies all the way across the map. He hasn't moved. I'm guessing there. How many hits has this one taken so far? 1? Okay, I thought it was more than that. Um, one of these took a hit. 'Cause he was the one who was attacking the LMG. No, he was the one who was attacking the LMG. Um, yeah, he took a hit. Um, no suppression though. That's the question. To move up? I'm gonna get hit here, I'm pretty sure. No! What the hell's going on? That's like 3 times I've been wrong. um, what the hell's going on? That's rare. Okay, so this is the this hex here is the one I don't know about. This is the next one that's tricky. Neither of these guys have moved. He's not moved, so he could still. Now the guys you could see all the way across the map, if I remember correctly. So this is the hex that's now problematic. I can either move there, and discover whether there's anybody across here. Maybe that might be too hasty. Well, I can move here, discover if there's anybody in this hex. This one's a bit weaker at the moment. Because if I move, then he doesn't have any support at all. So I think I do need to move. I can't leave them here at all. Just they mortars, you know. I'm actually gonna put him here, and we're gonna find out. No. And we can still be seen. Okay, because there's an open, what's name here? Right. So let's just confirm that it's the same as we're able to see. 2 over here. Yeah. Oh, they may not be exactly the same, but they will be on the other side of the map. So if he looks around, the chances of him seeing at that distance is quite low because I only moved 1 hex. But I'm not gonna move over here because that's the last place that was seen. I'm actually gonna put, because he moved up from there, so I can't use that X either. Damn it. But of course, this is completely predictable, so the mortars are probably going to land on these X's. I mean, where else would I go, right? So yeah, I think what will happen is these X's will get hit anyway. So I'm actually thinking this way. He's not. This unit is in really bad shape. But I just don't want to put him in where I know. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I mean, it just. It's so difficult to decide which is the safer route. Because I've moved very predictably here. But if I'd stayed in that position, then I could have got hit anyway. So who knows? Um, he's not on his own. this unit on there, so they a year, but there's 2 of them. I don't know. That doesn't seem like a good thing. Um, yeah, I don't know what to do with them. I'm gonna put them here. Me, um, it's the thing is it's very crowded in here anyway. There's not enough, really not enough room for 4 squads to move up. They really shouldn't be that close together. Fortunately, we're not using very large caliber artillery, and I mean, I think we're only probably a maximum of 80 millimeters or thereabouts. Anything once you get into 100 millimeter range, then you actually have splash effects and having. So normally you target one the hex to hit that unit, but then units that are like this unit will take some damage as well potentially if the artillery fire is reasonably on target. Um, but with anything under 100 millimeters or so, then it doesn't really matter. But still, so actually gonna put it in there, and then we're gonna try to move up the next turn again. Main problem here is if he moves around this side, but I have that covered. Um, so mortar fire. They're moving at 7. Can I predict this? Probably not. Um, okay, I think we're at done all my movement. It's artillery time. Um, okay, let's cancel that. Or um, 2 could adjust it. Let's zoom in. No, that's outside of it, so Let's not. Let's cancel it. Cancel that and back here. So I have some smoke. I don't think I have a lot. Nope, it's quite a lot. So this will only arrive. Unfortunately, this will only arrive after. Actually, cancel that. Okay, wait. So from here, let's just look at this again. This is actually on the slope already. Okay, this is height 10. So this will tell me whether that tank will be able to see that position. From there, we can't actually see it. And actually from the height, this is height 5? Oh, it's a depression, right? You can't actually see anything out of there. Oh, actually, that's a good idea. I should move them out this way. That'll give me an idea of what line of sight is like. Right, so tanks can see up to that position. Now, unfortunately, I don't know where the other tank is. Last seen it was over a year, but it's probably moved in by this time. Okay. Let's just look at that again. If I missed anything. You can't see that. The tank is not in line of sight of any of those of him. Actually, I'm not going to leave him there. It's a little too obvious. I'm going to move him back again. But I can't. Yeah, if I do that, actually, I'm better off just leaving him there. I have to assume he's been spotted, but the thing is, if I keep moving him back and forth, that's just gonna make it worse. That never works out. So, because I mean that would be then be 2 hexes of movement, and that's a little bit easier to see anyway if he hasn't been seen. But I have to assume he has been seen. So, so yeah. So if I put it here, I actually need to put it as close to the tank as possible. So here. Unfortunately, I can't see that hex, so which would be really helpful. So smoke there. Okay, now the other one. Um, Probably here, I think. Yeah. Now over here. Yeah, you can hit that. Okay, so. And from here, oh, should actually should check how much ammo he has left. Some, yeah, some ammo. He has lots. Okay, so hard to predict cavalry though. That's the problem. The annoying thing about it is that this unit has to be in, because he's calling that in as artillery fire. He has to actually be in radio contact with the A0 unit in order to call in artillery fire from unit that's right beside him here. Basically, it's very odd. And considering it's not line of sight anyway, it's like um, you know, a could be handled a little bit differently, I guess, because like, well, to use that screen, you need to be in radio contact. You don't have a choice. So let's just look. Yeah, that's fine, and that is it, I think. Um, hmm. And I'm wondering what he has waiting for me here. That's what I can't figure out. Well, very unlikely. I mean, these if there's nothing here, then these ones will just turn around and come back, right? Um, should I move that? I don't see any point. I mean, if they come back and he's moved, he's much more likely to be spotted anyway. So right now he's in cover, so he's got maximum concealment out in the open. Um, that's as good as he's gonna get in that position. If I move him, he won't have cover, so his actual concealment will diminish. So now he has a bonus of being small unit, zero size unit, and being in cover. So if they move right, if they move right on top of him, there's a better chance they'll see him. But even if they move right beside him, if they're going very fast, it might not matter. So I don't know. Tough decision there. So I just won't make any decision. I'm just gonna leave it. Okay, so these guys, I haven't moved them. I should actually. What is happening here? If I move them out, that will give the position away, because right now he doesn't know where they are. Question is, I don't know what they can see from there. That is the problem. So let's find out, because it might not be a very useful position, right? So what is this? 15 slope. Okay, so both of these are on a slope. I can't tell where it goes. What the? How the hell can there be so many hexes of so many slope hexes? 15 slope, 15 slope, 10. Why are there two slope hexes side by side? Where's the 20? It's gotta be a 20. There. There. No, that's still the same hex. 15 slope, 20, 20, 15 slope. It's like it's really difficult to read terrain here. So I'm not sure you'll actually be able to see anything through there. Let's find out. Not much. Not much. So we might actually be better off over here. Let's have a look. I was coming up on top of the I-20, but then hiding them will be difficult. Thing is, once I go up onto the I-20, then they're easy to spot. They will be spotted very, very quickly. Height 15. Let's put them back here. It's better if he doesn't know where they are. Actually, what I should have done was I should have looked to see what the line of sight was, and because so just goes to show you how stupid I am. I should have looked around to see what I could actually see, and not just whether I could see any other units. I could move out again, but I won't. Yeah, they're much more likely to be spotted. And I mean, this is rough terrain, so he's using up a lot of movement points. There's no guarantees he can actually get back in there. I think the movement is 48. I mean, he's down to 28 already. So he's using like a fuck ton of movement points just end up with that one hex movement. So I mean, just as a demonstration of how stupid I am, I pop my head out to have a look around, and then don't look around. Yeah, this is why, maybe I really shouldn't be playing by email. I can't help myself though. For some peculiar reason, I do enjoy this. It's like, I guess, sort of a self-abuse thing. Yeah. So anyway, I'll try better next turn. He's not been seen. He can't be seen anywhere from there. There's no line of sight back that way, so my opponent won't know where he is at all. Okay, so I think these guys are going to get pounded with mortars very accurately now, so I don't think there's much chance of my getting out of there now. A lot of points going down the drain there. Oh well, that's all I can say. If I thought of pulling back earlier, then I honestly thought I could maybe push, but I really should have recognized that. I mean, looking at how many units there were coming towards me here, really not the best idea. So now he's probably got them all nicely lined up, and they'll pop over all at once, and they'll just blast me to pieces here. Okay, so let's do final inspection for rangers and the like. I think I've done all my movement. Some of these guys are out of ammo. Anyway, we'll get through those. Actually, I'm gonna zoom in. Oh, wait a minute. I haven't done all my movement. Yeah, I should do these first. Don't know where to put them. I'm pretty sure if I move, we'll probably take an opportunity fire. And even moving back probably won't help them. Oh well, let's find out. I don't want to leave him there, that's for sure. Okay, no opportunity fire. But if the heavy MG has him as a target, then it doesn't matter. No, I think that's still alright. Okay, that is it. Rangers, Rangers are still okay. 3X's. He is actually firing, so can't do anything with him. I'm actually going to put his range down to 0. He's quite a weakened unit, so I'm not going to... He's not going to opportunity fire unless somebody fires at him directly. His guns are enabled though, so... Yeah, I will do that. That's a 3. That is 1, 2, 3. Actually, I'm gonna set it down to 2. 1, 2. You have to move onto the slope. When he moves into this area, though, they will be seen. That's unavoidable. But the tanks are now obvious. I mean, the tanks cannot hide. At this range, the tanks will not be hidden. So, probably a huge loss coming up in the next turn because the mortars fire on those will be very accurate. Was I? Yeah. Okay, so he will stay at 3. Mortar will stay at 0. 0. 3 is good. 3 is good. 3 is good. And 3 is good. It's firing and I don't know how to know where to move in here now. those at 1. I'm not firing at anybody. Leave that at 0. Leave that at 0. Maybe they'll still prove useful, I don't know. Well, I mean, scouts are always useful, but what I can actually do with them at this point, I don't know. Because scouts, I mean, that's the wrong position for scouts. They should be somewhere in front of the infantry. But they've been beaten up pretty badly, so that's probably not going to happen. Range of 6, that is fine. Range of 8. No, let's set that down to 6. Range of 0, that is fine. Range of 0 is fine. Range of 10. Might as well. Might as well. Might as well leave it at 10, I think. Yeah. Leave those at 6, and we're done. Okay. Turn. Ow! Okay, bad move. See what I mean by even being able to predict where I'm gonna go? Somehow he's my movements are just way